Greetings, beautiful beings. My name's Epiphanie, and welcome to a Sadhana series. Before I even get into what sadhana is, let's take a moment and just pick any one of your days and just go through a typical day in your life. How do you feel throughout your day normally? Are you stressed? Are you breathing correctly? Are you conscious of everything that you do and say? The reason I ask is because we live in such a busy world filled with distractions. Things are always happening. It's really easy to get caught up in all of the exterior occurrences that are going on. The reason I'm mentioning this is because sadhana is a beautiful practice that allows you to be able to navigate throughout your day without letting exterior circumstances and occurrences affect your mental and physical state. When I asked, how are you breathing? How are you feeling? These are all things that we experience within our being when things are happening outside of ourselves. Even when things are happening within inside of ourselves, our minds are super powerful. If you let your mind run off on a tangent, thinking all of these crazy thoughts, that affects your state of being, how you're feeling, your emotions, your breath. So sadhana is a practice that allows you to cultivate and strengthen your connection between mind, body, and spirit. Why do you want to cultivate a stronger connection with mind, body, and spirit? Help you show up more fully in life? Maybe show up more calmly, more level-headed, not easily swayed, stronger discernment. I personally love this definition of sadhana. It's my very own personal definition. But it's a tool. It's a tool that I use every day that helps me set the tone for my day. And I will say this, I've been doing sadhana almost every day for the last 2 years. I can count, there's been 7 days in the last 2 years that I didn't do sadhana. And in those days I didn't do sadhana, I was more easily affected by things that went on around than I normally would be had I done sadhana. So it's a beautiful tool to help you go throughout your day and not be thrown off your track, right? I personally am a huge fan of etymology. What's etymology? Etymology is the breakdown of words to find the original root meaning, right? So we're going to use sadhana in this example. We're going to break it down into 2 parts. The first part will be sad, S-A-D. Now, the best way I can explain sadhana to you is using this example. We've all heard that if we want to achieve mastery in a specific craft, we need to practice it at least 10,000 hours. Sad is basically the same thing. It's a practice to achieve a certain level of something, a mastery. And in this case, the mastery of self, you. It's also a form of devotion, right? Because when we dedicate time to master something, we're consciously making the decision, okay, I'm going to do this at this time. So it's a conscious effort, a conscious decision, right? Now, Hana, H-A-N-A, literally translates to wealth and treasure. And in this case, you are that wealth. You are that treasure. Do you know how amazing you are? Do you know how many ancestors, all the things and occurrences that took place in order for you to be here right here in this moment in time? You probably don't, but you should know. You're amazing. So sadhana or hana basically is the practice of cultivating the knowledge and awareness of your wealth, your treasure. Every little aspect that makes up what is you, your being, physically, mentally, spiritually. So sadhana is a beautiful way to come inward and leave outside all the distractions from our everyday and really tune in to that little voice, that light that's within, and strengthen it, help it come to the forefront. What are the benefits of sadhana? Well, you're going to start noticing within yourself growth and transformation. Now, I'll elaborate on that. Growth in the sense that you'll notice that you won't react to things that happen on the outside world. You'll more than likely start to respond, which means you'll actually sit back when things happen, take a moment to think about it, and then respond. Transformation, you're going to start seeing better parts of you come to the forefront. People will start noticing a difference when you walk into a room and the way that you interact with them as opposed to how you used to, your state of being. You'll notice vitality, more energy, more just oomph for life. You'll notice an increase in energy as well. I personally used to roll out of bed in the morning and I would have my cup of coffee to give me that jump start and get the day going. But now I roll out of bed, I do sadhana, and the energy that I cultivate throughout this practice sustains me for a really good amount of my day. Now, let me also throw in here that there are many forms of sadhana. What I'm teaching in this series is a perfect stepping stone to get you in the routine of doing sadhana. The intention behind you sitting down to set the tone for your day, to strengthen your connection between mind, body, spirit, that conscious decision is magic within itself. The steps that I'm showing you are the steps that I was taught to begin my sadhana practice. Now, since the beginning when I learned it, I have definitely added more things to what I'm teaching you here. Things that I came across over the last 2 years that I noticed made a difference within me, which will probably happen with you as well, which is perfect. That's what we want. We want to be able to get to the point where we're inward and we're noticing practices that actually benefit us, and you start noticing a difference. So what can you expect from this series? I'll definitely share, educate, and demonstrate the steps that we're going to be learning for this sadhana, which will include how to open your space, basically setting the tone for your sadhana. We're going to go over breath work, the 2 techniques that you'll be learning, alternate nostril breathing, and the breath of nectar. We'll learn Kriya, which is evolutionary movement with breath. This is where neuroplasticity comes in. When I was mentioning earlier, those limiting belief systems that we have within us, this helps you break them down and create new healthy ones that benefit your being, your evolution, your growth. We'll go over single focus meditation, as well as japa, which is mantras, using a mala. And if you don't have a mala, it's not a big deal. I can teach you the finger method to help you keep track. At the end of this series, I'll sit with you and guide you through all of the steps in one sitting so that you can get the feel of how the sadhana practice should go in the morning, which is also a great tool for you to watch until you cultivate the practice on your own without any guidance. I'm really excited to be sharing this information with you in hopes that it'll enrich and help bring balance to your life. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. That way, when the videos come out, you'll be notified. Have an amazing day. Namaste.